showtime.
It's showtime. And here we go.
Welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T., and this is the weekend box office report and what is to come this week. And there's a lot of stuff coming out this weekend, and I do have reviews coming up this week of Frankenstein that came out on Netflix. Really good. And the number one movie this weekend, Predator Badlands. So let's get to the numbers. Coming in at number 5, the new movie Nuremberg with $4 million. I definitely want to get to see this. I just need some time to see it, but it looks really good. Sarah's Oil makes 4.4 in its opening weekend. So strong start there. Last week's number 1 was down to number 3. Black Phone 2 at 5.3 million. So it's had a little run here where it was number 1, it dropped to 3, it went all the way back up to 1, and now it's 3 again. So not sure how to make heads or tails of Black Phone 2. The only non-moving movie this weekend, number 2, Regarding You at 7.1. And as I said before, Predator Badlands was number 1 at $40 million. A really good installment for the Predator series. So I'll get to that review in another episode coming up very soon. All right, let's get to the weekend box office report for this coming weekend. Also, we're getting very close to nomination season for the awards season, where there are so many awards for movies and the actors and film festivals and whatnot. But the major ones that I usually focus on are the Critics' Choice Awards, the Golden Globes, the SAG Awards, People's Choice, the Oscars, and of course the Razzies. So those nominations will start coming out next month, and I'll start doing those shows where I predict stuff, and then I will do my review of those. So I'm working on all of that. All right, so we have opening today on Netflix. We have 2 things. We have Being Eddie. It is a documentary about Eddie Murphy's career and life outside of the comedy spotlight. It looks fascinating, and I will definitely watch that. Maybe give a review on it. I'm not sure, or I might add it to another episode, because I've seen a lot of documentaries. The only one I really wanted to do, and I did already, was the John Candy one. That was because that was a special occasion that I went to. So we'll see. Maybe I will if it is as good. Also, A Merry Little Xmas. So this is about, obviously, family and exes. So all Kate, played by Alicia Silverstone, and Everett, played by Oliver Hudson, want for Christmas is an amicable divorce and one last holiday as a family, but new flames and old feelings complicate their plans. So, they're trying to end their marriage, but have one last ditch holiday. But as they start bringing in new friends, quote unquote, they start to have feelings again for each other. So it is obviously a comedy, and I don't know if it works, but in the theaters or in the movies, everything kind of works. Um, Also today, Playdate. This is on Amazon Prime. There have been so many Amazon Prime originals, and they all kind of seem to have the same formula. Head of State, Deep Cover, I've covered for Amazon. I've got uh, some more stuff from Amazon Prime coming maybe this week or possibly very much next week. Or I might just put it all into one big watch or skip. But Playdate. So, an afternoon play date between two stay-at-home dads turns into a high-stakes chaos event. So you have Alan Richardson and Kevin James with their kids, and they're playing, and they wind up going to like a knockoff Chuck E. Cheese, and that's when all hell breaks loose, and we find out that Alan Richardson is quite a um, badass and you know instrument of chaos, and we start to really find out who he is, and um, you know, and that sort of thing. Um, so it looks funny. It's also an action comedy, so I definitely will be getting to see this. But I do see the same formula with that. There was, you know, um, Play Dirty, and then there was the pickup, all kind of that buddy comedy, uh, with the twists like that. So Amazon Prime has that little niche there with their movies. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of small films or independent films, and the reason why is because of the film festivals. There were so many recently that um, the movies are trying to get out before the award season. So they're just kind of trying to jam these all in here, and a lot of them are foreign films. So we have Trifle. This is a bittersweet portrait of a vanishing rural way of life. Dahlia travels to Piedmont to uh, look for or care for her aging grandfather, uh, Igor, an experienced forger. Armed with his loyal dog, she hunts for a prize winning truffle to save his home. So, a little bit of um, an action drama, but again, set in a very small um, you know, premise. So there is that. And then the things you kill. A university professor is unable to come to terms with the suspicious death of his mother. Things take a turn when he coerces his gardener to start killing people. So, again, one of these small uh, independent films and foreign films that um, was well received at these uh, film festivals. There's another one called Surat. Lewis is traveling through South Morocco with his son Esteban. They're searching for his daughter who has been missing for 5 months. Last seen at a dance festival in the desert. Hopping from party to party in the desert, they soon descend into a wild world that hovers between heaven and hell. So, a little bit of a horror aspect to it, but overall, another family just looking for his daughter and winding up in this really weird web of craziness. Then there's another small one called Rebuilding. After wildfires take his ranch, uh, Cowboy Dusty winds up in a FEMA camp, uh, finding a community with others, including his daughter and his ex-wife. So this is all about rebuilding a town after devastating wildfires and reconnecting with uh, people in his life. All right, and then we have Left-Handed Girl. This is a Korean film. A single mother and her two daughters arrive in Taipei to open a small restaurant in the heart of a night market in the Taiwanese capital. Each of them must find a way to adapt. So again, a family uprooting into a different, a city life and trying to adapt. And it looks pretty good. It was well panned at film festivals. Then we have the animated movie In Your Dreams from Netflix. Stevie and her little brother, Elliot, journey into the wild, absurd landscape of their own dreams to ask the Sandman to grant them the perfect family. Again, can't choose your family. So, you know, this animated film wants us to believe that we can, and we know we can. But it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. All right. Also, Murder at the Embassy. So this will be on video on demand and a short release window in the theaters. When a private detective is called to investigate a suspicious murder inside Cairo's seemingly impenetrable British embassy, she discovers a second crime has been committed that could spark a war across the globe. So, murder mystery um, times two, and it looks very intense. And I will definitely try to get to see this movie, whether it be on demand or in the theaters. Another movie that was widely um, accepted at film festivals, and there was some Oscar buzz, and it's not for their lead character, thank God, but for their supporting actor. So this one is starring George Clooney as uh, Jay Kelly, a famous movie star, and his devoted manager, Ron, played by Adam Sandler. So Adam Sandler has been getting some buzz for his portrayal of Ron in this film. They embark on an unexpectedly profound journey through Europe. Along the way, both men confront the choices they've made in relationships with loved ones and their legacies that they will be leaving behind. So gritty and powerful, and Adam Sandler has been getting a lot of buzz for it. Um, and again, I know some people really don't like Adam Sandler. Some people only like his comedies and don't like his dramas. I think he's a really good actor, and I think his drama stuff tends to get overlooked because of his comedic stuff, and really hasn't had a lot of good success with comedy in recent years. From my view, obviously, the um, beginning stages of his comedic career were so much better, but um, I think his dramas have been really good. I mean, he was great in Uncut Gems. Spaceman was not too bad. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I didn't mind it at all. So, and I'm not the biggest George Clooney fan. If you are and you think I'm way off base, go ahead and type it in the comments because I honestly can't with George Clooney. I've stayed away from a lot of films with him in it. I don't know, I just don't feel like he's that great an actor. So, alright, let's get some more movies this weekend. Like I said, there's so many movies. Come see me in the good light. This is going to be on Apple TV. Trying to um, contextualize and comes to terms with a terminal cancer diagnosis. Comes the heartbreaking and heavy realizations. Poet Loretta Andrea Gibson approaches their situation with honesty and art. Alongside Megan Fairley Gibson, they work toward a big final performance, bringing their spoken word skills to life on an otherwise horrible topic. And yes, cancer is a horrible, horrible topic, especially terminal. But this is very lighthearted, and it, you know, um, looks pretty good. Another, small film, and it'll be on Apple TV. And then we've got um, Bull Run in the wilds, uh, in the wilds of Wall Street. One junior banker discovers that the only thing more dangerous than billion-dollar deals are the men signing them. So, um, think Wolf of Wall Street, think Boiler Room way back in the day. So, and it has a little bit of comedy in it as well. But this movie is coming out this weekend. We have an anime film called Arco. Arco is about a 10-year-old boy from a peaceful future who accidentally travels back in time to the year 2075, discovers a world in peril. He bonds together with a young girl and her robot caretaker as he sets out on a quest to return home. So, another one of these Japanese anime films, and they've done pretty well in the theaters. But this one is on a smaller scale, so I'm not sure how that will go this weekend. And then we've got Bunny, which will be on video on demand. A millionaire's daughter is all set to marry her boyfriend against her father's wishes. When her family finally approves the marriage, her boyfriend believes that her father should sign over his wealth to him. Yeah, it is what it is. um, you know, Obviously, the father doesn't want to do that, and the family finally steps in and lets the approval for the daughter to marry this guy, and then he kind of oversteps in this one, but um, it looks pretty decent. And then we've got a couple of smaller entries this week, but big name actors in them. We start with The Carpenter's Son. A remote village in Egypt explodes into spiritual warfare when a carpenter, his wife, and their son Jesus are targeted by a supernatural force. Um, so this isn't Jesus' origin story, but um, a crazier take on uh, you know Jesus' upbringing, I guess. Nicolas Cage stars as the carpenter, and Noah Jope stars as Jesus. So, again, supernatural forces. Another crazy film by Nicolas Cage. So that will be out in very small release. Eternity. Um, Big actors in this film as well. It will be something I will probably check out. In the afterlife, where souls have 1 week to decide where to spend eternity. Joan, played by Elizabeth Olsen, is forced is faced with the impossible choice between the man she spent her entire life with or her first love who died young and has been waiting decades for her to arrive. So it's a very crazy concept to think about that you would have to choose on who you'd want to spend the rest of eternity with. I would. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I would love to spend my time with, my dad. Obviously, my grandparents and stuff. But like, if we were given a choice as to who we'd want to spend our lives with, it's so bizarre. But um, this looks pretty good. Um, Colin Turner and Miles Teller are also in this film, so some star power there in a very small and very unique type of movie. Then we have some marquee movies coming up this weekend as well. Trap House. This stars Dave Bautista. Uh, a game of cat and mouse ensues when an undercover DEA agent, Dave Bautista, and his partner learn that their own teenage children are using top secret tactics and intelligence to steal from a dangerous cartel. So um, obviously action galore and some espionage from the good guys kids to cripple cartels. So uh, looks good. Be out in the theaters um, this weekend. A movie called Keeper. A wife becomes isolated in a secluded cabin and has to fend off an unspeakable evil. This stars Tatiana Macio. Uh, she was, and again, I know I messed up her last name, but she was She-Hulk um, for the Marvel series. Um, this looks pretty disturbing, and definitely we'll try to check that out when it comes out. Muzzle, City of Wolves. Aaron Eckhart stars on this film. Armed with a new canine partner, a man seeks justice after a, a gang brutally attacks his family. So, um, obviously, this is a cop out for revenge on gangs that have attacked his family, and so that looks pretty gritty and pretty good as well. And then the two big ones that I definitely hope to see this weekend, I know at least one I will see this weekend, but um, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So this is the third movie um, for the Now You See Me uh, movie, and the first two, the first one was really good. The second one was kind of iffy, um, but the third one here, the Four Horsemen are back and up to their old tricks. Dave Franco, um, Isla Fisher, Jesse Eisenberg, and Woody Harrelson are the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, who um, do some crazy magic. Their handler, Morgan Freeman, is back as well. Daniel Radcliffe is back from for this one. Mark Ruffalo and Rosamund uh, uh, Pike is in this film as well. So a lot of good stars in this one. There's a funny anecdote. There's a funny story going around that Um, the Lou heist in France was like a publicity stunt for the new movie. I think that's hilarious that people would go to great lengths to say that you know those people that just walked in and stole um, out of the museum there in France that that was a publicity stunt, or it could have been the Four Horsemen. So um, it looks a little bit better than the second film. So I definitely will try to see this. Finally, The Running Man. Now, again, at the beginning of the year, I was very hesitant. I put it in a category of, you know, anticipated, but I'm not sure how to feel about it because the original film was so good. It was definitely uh, the prototypical 80s uh, action film. So this one, as it turns out, is more telling of the Stephen King book. So the original one, and I think I've said this on plenty of episodes, but I'm going to say it again. The original one, they changed it up because there was a lot of controversy about doing this at that time. So they kind of forged it, fudged it a little bit. So the uh, original one had the big devastating earthquake in San Francisco. The government of California was uh, controlling everything. They had game shows for entertainment, also betting on the side, but they were rigged contests. And the participants of these game shows were convicts. So they knew that they could rig these games and say that they could win a whole lot of money and then just get rid of them because they were convicts. Now, the story that Stephen King wrote was for, and again, they didn't change any of the names, so they, well, the stalkers and everything um, are completely different because the original one had a 4-hour game show where they had stalkers. So basically, they had 4 quadrants in this big, hollowed out area in the impact zone, and they had the stalkers chasing the runners. In this film, uh, Glenn Powell plays Ben Richardson, who is trying to raise money for his sick daughter. And he thinks that going on the show will change, his luck. And obviously, um, you know, thinks, this would be something that he could do. And he goes there, and they're offering $1 billion to the winner of it. Josh Brolin plays Killian in this film. Richard Dawson, who was a game show host back in the day, played Killian in the original film. Josh Brolin is very convincing as Killian, uh, but Killian also knows that all of the game shows are rigged, and he, knows that Ben is up against it, and he wants him to lose just like everyone else. Colin Domingo is also in this film. Michael Cera, Lee Pace, um, William H. Macy, and Amelia Jones. So this movie takes place in over 30 days. So Ben has to survive 30 days. And the stipulation is that anyone gets to kill him. So obviously, technically, it was right from the start. If everyone has a chance to kill you, instead of the government or, you know, uh, serial killers or or anything that they can throw at you, but just a basic citizen could just walk up to you and kill you. So I'm looking forward to this film. And again, I'm hoping it will live up to an expectation of could it be good, or I'm not sure it could eclipse the original one, but maybe it will. I don't know. But regardless, I will definitely see this and review it. Could it be number one next weekend? Who knows? Who knows? Predator Badlands was so good. It may get knocked out, but it won't get knocked out of the top 5. I think also Now You See Me could make a run at number 1 as well because it's got quite a following. And like I said, the first 2 did pretty well in the theaters. And you never know. With the box office the way it has been this year, it has been all over the place. So you never know. All right. So that is all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Also, quick update on Queen Malvalia's season 8 from Jennifer. They are doing quite well. And if you haven't gone over and seen any of her stuff, please go over there and do so. There may be a advertisement up there from yours truly, because Jen had the Indigo thing going, and I wanted to support her any way I could and try to help out the podcast a little bit. So, but I'll definitely try to get her and Charles back on, whether it be toward the end of this year or definitely by next year. So, all right, thanks all for watching, and I'll see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.